Good day everyone, my name is Akondi Makalala, and for today's video we are going to talk about the curriculum development process, design, approaches, and development, specifically needs assessment and curriculum planning. So here are our objectives. Needs assessment procedures. Needs assessment procedures include surveys and interviews conducted with members of the targeted audience and the members in their communities. Members in the curriculum design team should be directly involved with gathering data. It is helpful to have a team member experience in survey design and evaluation. Team involvement in assessment process produces content and methods relevant to the needs of the target audience. Similarly, if members from the target audience and the potential facilitators are involved, the curriculum will be meaningful and relevant. One example of needs assessment is the CAP, or the Knowledge, Attitude, and Practices. It is developed by R. Adhikaria in 1994. It focuses on specific and critical elements of this issue and the knowledge, attitude, and practice levels of target audience. The process gathers qualitative information about the target audience and the issues affecting them. The reasons for attitudes and practices are discussed through focus groups, interviews, and surveys. Informed group by CAP survey is useful to formulate intended outcomes, to select content, and to design methods to meet the needs of the targeted audience. The CAP survey generates information in 4 major steps in curriculum development process. First is the members of the targeted audience are consulted and provide the information regarding their needs in relation to a specific problem. Second is the intended outcomes can be suited to relate to the specific needs of the targeted audience. Third is baseline data can be used in formative evaluation to test the appropriateness of content and methods. Fourth and last, of summative evaluation can compare baseline data to the outcomes from intercurriculum. CAP survey is a representative study of a specific population to collect information on what is known, believed, and done in relation to a particular topic. It is also designed to specifically to gather information about general practices and beliefs. What is needs assessment in curriculum development? A needs assessment helps teachers determine what students need to learn, and it identifies gaps in knowledge and skills within a classroom or school. A process begins with gathering information from various sources. Teachers can talk to students, analyze test scores, seek information from educators and parents. Combining opinions and data and essential for a thorough understanding. The next step involves analyzing the collected information for patterns or trends. Identifying common challenges faced by students help focus improvement efforts. Teachers can plan solutions based on analysis of needs. Solutions may include adjusting lesson plans or exploring new teaching methods. Conducting a needs assessment ensures teaching aligns with students' needs and future career skills. Involvement of others, such as students and colleagues, provides a complete picture of needs. A needs assessment aids a wise resource allocation for effective outcome. Mastering this process can lead to greater responsibilities and career advancement in education. Overall, it helps teachers make informed decisions about their teaching strategies. Next is curriculum planning. Curriculum planning is a process of designing and organizing a course or program of study. Curriculum planning framework involves identifying learning goals, selecting appropriate learning activities and resources, and developing assessment strategies to measure student process. Here are the basic framework for curriculum planning. First is conduct a needs analysis. So, before developing a curriculum, it is important to conduct a needs analysis. This involves identifying the needs of the students, the goals of the program, and the content in which the curriculum will be delivered. This information can be gathered through surveys, focus groups, interviews, or other methods. Next is defining learning outcome. Once you have a clear understanding of the needs and the goals of the program, you can define the learning outcomes. Learning outcomes are specific and observable statements that describe what students should know and be able to do by the end of the program. They should be aligned with the program goals and informed by the needs analysis. Third is the design of the curriculum. The curriculum design involves deciding on the content, instructional methods, and assessment strategies that will be used to achieve the learning outcomes. This can be done through backward design, which involves starting with desired learning outcomes and working backwards to identify the content and instructional strategies and assessments that will help students achieve those outcomes. Fourth is develop instructional materials. So, once the curriculum design is complete, you can start developing the instructional materials. These could include textbooks, handouts, videos, online resources, and other materials. Fifth is plan the instructional strategies. Instructional strategies are the methods used to deliver the content to students. These could include lectures, discussions, group works, stimulations, and other strategies. Consider the needs and preferences of the students when selecting instructional strategies. So, 6 is develop assessments. Assessments are used to measure students' progress toward the learning outcomes. These could include quizzes, exams, papers, projects, and other assessment. Make sure that the assessment is aligned with the learning outcomes and provide meaningful feedback to the student. 7th is to implement the curriculum. So, once the instructional materials, strategies, and assessments are developed, you can implement the curriculum. This involves delivering the content to students, providing feedbacks on their progress, and making adjustments as needed. 8 is the evaluate and revise the curriculum. So, after implementing the curriculum, it is important to evaluate its effectiveness and revise it as needed. Collect feedback from students, instructors, and other stakeholders to identify areas for improvement. So, that would be all. Thank you.